some words that come to mind when you describe Mr. Bollen include steadfast, dependable, loyal, a team player, all of those things. He also has a great love for a subject area and a very vast content knowledge. This love and passion for his subject area of math definitely translates when you observe his class and his interaction with his students. It is apparent that he cares for them. He wants, and you can see it in his interaction with students. It is apparent that he wants them to succeed, and will go over and beyond to ensure that they are successful in his class. His colleagues also have some thoughts about Mr. Bollen. I talked to a few of them, and one stated that Mr. Bollen is an amazing coworker. He works hard to build relationships with students and coworkers. He's readily available when you need him for anything. Another stated, Mr. Bollen loves math in all forms: algebra, geometry, statistics, pine car building, complex woodworking, and now even quilt making. And this love for math translates to a love of teaching math, and the kids in the room can just feel it. And they can if you're in there. Mr. Bollen's, the teacher went on to say, Mr. Bollen's 9th grade students call him for help at all hours, day or night, and he actually responds, completely unbothered by them and happy to help. If you know his honors geometry class this year, some of you probably told him they really do contact him at all hours when they're doing their math homework. And the colleague continued, Mr. Bollen is the most passionate football announcer that Putnam has seen in a long, long time. He's worked hard to make home football programming as exciting and as professional as our new stadium. So we have a War Eagle. As you can tell, his colleagues believe in him and his ability and love him for who he is and what he does for us, his colleagues, as well as his students. Mr. Bollen continuously strives to get better. And when you have a teacher that is both incredibly knowledgeable, can relate to students, and has the incredible work ethic that he does, this is always a magic mix that gets to the heart of what the true art of teaching is. I'm very proud to have Mr. Bollen on our team at the high school, and I am very proud to have him represent us as the Teacher of the Year for Putnam County High School for the 23-24 school year. Mr. Bollen, please come forward.
I did have to write a few things down, otherwise I wouldn't remember them. But if you join me in the press box, I have my entire pregame mapped out as well. And if you try to come and change something at the last second, you're gonna see me very frustrated. First, I'd like to say the best part of this entire experience has been getting to know and meet these other teachers of the year. Teachers that I may not have even been able to interact with had we not all been teachers of the year at the same time. So thank you to you three. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Dr. Cooper for his unwavering support. His guidance and encouragement have been invaluable, inspiring me and challenging me to reach new heights in this profession. He has listened to my ideas and concerns on several occasions and has always offered helpful feedback. Thank you. To my fellow high school teachers, thank you for being a great community of peers. The way you all support our students both inside and outside the classroom adds to the positive environment that we have created here at PCHS. And I appreciate each and every one of you that you've shown up here tonight to support me. To my math department, thank you for being like a family in the way you support each other and me. I know that the way that we have come together in the past and continue to every day is truly unique, and that type of camaraderie that we know can't be found just anywhere. Coach Arrington, we spent many afternoons just hanging around talking about football and being nostalgic about the things of our childhood. Ms. Burt, you've been there for me and my family in so many ways, and you make the perfect bad cop to my good cop. To Ms. Smith and Mr. Adams, without our morning coffee chats, I wouldn't know how to start my day. To Craig and Catherine Williamson, you guys have been there since before I was a teacher, and you've supported me all along the way. You have been way more than friends, and my family has always been able to depend on you. Whether it's been as a babysitter so Annie and I could get alone for a few hours, or changing a radiator in a car to save me a few bucks, or any one of the times that you've loaned your vehicles to us, or all those fireside chats, or just hanging out at the football game. I appreciate the two of you and how you've made my family a part of your family. To James and Hannah, you are my world. No father could be prouder than I am of the two of you. When your grandfather was still alive, I would talk to him on regular occasions, and he would listen intently as I told him stories about what the two of you had been up to. And every time we ended our conversation, he would always say, "You're a rich man, Will Bollen." I am. Rich in family and friends. I love you both, and I hope you know I would go to the moon and back for you if needed. To my wife, this is my 12th year of teaching, but it's just your first. Yet you inspire me every day to become a better teacher. I see the tenacity with which you prepare your lessons and the thought that goes into making each one of them the most effective it can be. You have had students dissect owl pellets to see what they've eaten. You have developed a predator versus prey game to teach students about the importance of animal packs. You've had students create three-dimensional models of different muscle fibers out of clay. I know that each and every child that is in your class is better for having you as their teacher. You are amazing. Don't let anyone tell you different. Almost 25 years ago, I left home for college. My mom told me, "You can be anything you want to be, as long as it's not a teacher." So teaching was not a childhood dream of mine. Some of my fellow teachers have remarked that they've always wanted to be a teacher, but that wasn't the case for me. Some people find teaching. Teaching found me. At 30 years old, I found myself with a wife and a son who were depending on me to provide for them. And if that was the standard, I was far from mastering it. We were living with my mother-in-law, and I had no prospects for a career. I didn't even have a good job. I'd studied to be a minister, but that goal just wasn't coming to fruition. Found myself working as a U.S. Census worker, as a forklift driver, and even as a resident director at Gordon College. But surprisingly, it was as a substitute teacher that I first felt that I might have found where I fit. So I came into teaching from a non-traditional route. I've always loved to learn and had a naturally inquisitive mind. I just love figuring out how things worked. Math always made sense to me, and it's always captured my attention. I studied on my own and was able to pass both high school math GACEs on the first attempt. But as challenging as that was, the most challenging part of the journey to becoming a teacher was to get a principal to hire me as a non-certified teacher so that I could go through the Georgia TAL program. My chance came in October of 2012 at Spalding High School when a new teacher resigned after only a few months of teaching. I was able to walk right into the role and begin right away. With the support of people like Mickey Moody and Rusty Hudson, I was able to take what was most definitely a challenging situation and turn it into an opportunity. Both of those gentlemen are now administrators, but I know that I would not have made it through those first couple of years without their mentoring. Looking back, I'm not sure I would have labeled my first few years of teaching as a success, but it was a learning experience, and I took from them the lessons that were to be learned. We moved to Eatonton in December of 2015, and I began teaching at the high school here the next August. I immediately knew Putnam County High School was different. I was encouraged to take risks and be innovative. When I had a harebrained idea and asked to do something that was less than orthodox, I was never told no. Since being in Putnam, I've designed and taught self-paced classes. I've had a geometry class that built a shed in order to put into practice some of the concepts that they were learning. We've had a class that create parabolic solar hot dog warmers and had a cookout. I've led a field trip to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to see the different geometric concepts and how they're employed in both design and the structure of the stadium. Challenged students to build bridges from toothpicks that were strong while also staying within demanding constraints. In 8 years at Putnam County, I know this to be true. We not only want students to master the material that we are tasked with teaching them, but we also want our students to be able to see our content in their everyday lives. This is why I love teaching in Putnam County, and why I feel truly honored to be named Putnam County High School Teacher of the Year. Thank you.